Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show, KJRadio.com. I want to talk about a lady who sleeps with a python. Yeah. Did I get your attention? Well, hopefully I did, because yes, there's a lady that sleeps with a python. And leftists remind me of this lady who sleeps with a python. This is her pet python. Yeah, that's what the Obamas and the Clintons represent to the Democrats. They're the pet python. See, the Democrats went out and they bought themselves this pet python years ago. And they fed the snake rodents. And the reptile, he grew and he grew. And such as the Clintons and the Obamas. In stature, both of these families have grown. From humble beginnings, they've grown. And neither in any way prepared to be president. But back to the snake analogy. So the Democrats fed the snake. And the feedings continued. And I'm talking about for years. They take the little rodents, and the rodents would get bigger and bigger. First, they had little mice. First, it was little bitty mice that weren't born. They just, I don't know if you've ever fed snakes, but this is the little bitty ones, no fight. Then they got up to the mice that were alive because they're bigger. And I don't know if you've ever fed them, but I've watched a friend of mine, and he kind of, knocks the mouse out and gives them to him. Then sometimes they give them to him frozen. Not completely frozen, but thawed. They'll freeze them and thaw them out. The snakes would rather have them when they're warm, though, because then they can kind of lick the tongue out and find them. So they they feed these snakes, and then it gets bigger and bigger. They go from mice to rats, from rats to rabbits. So the animals get bigger as the snake gets bigger. So the snake grows more and more powerful. It's allowed to sleep with the Democrat at night because the Democrat's going, hey, as long as I feed the snake's good to go. So it feeds it bigger and bigger animals. But then one day, this snake that's sleeping with this Democrat quits eating. It's 15 foot. Snake weighs a couple 100 pounds. It's slithered up around its warm-bodied Democrat. And the Democrat brings in a rabbit, and the snake goes, just not hungry. I don't want anything. And this goes on for a couple days. Then it goes on for a week. Couple of weeks. The Democrat gets nervous and goes, whoa, what's going on with my snake? And finally says, I better take my snake in and have it looked at. It's quit eating. And so the lady, the Democrat, takes her snake in to the vet. And the vet says, well, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. He says, the good news is your snake's not sick. He says, but the bad news, and probably more shocking to you, is your snake quit eating because it was preparing to eat a very large meal. You. That's a true story, by the way. Lady had a pet python, had it for a long time, fed it, snake quit eating. Snake got to be big. Every night she's cuddled up with this snake around her neck, around her back, and the snake stops eating. See, because snakes go, you can give me little bitty things and I got to eat all the time, or I can just have a big meal and not have to eat for a while. And the snake was preparing to eat her. The Democrat Party raised a python that slept with it. And the snake quit eating for a while and decided, you know what, Democrats? I'm going to make a meal out of you. And that's exactly what we're witnessing today, folks. We're witnessing the Democrats watching their snake turn on them. Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, all the way down the food chain. You are about to watch the Democrats implode. Now, look, we've gone through this before. We've talked about this in the context of, when's Obama going to be held accountable for the VA or for Fast and Furious or for Benghazi, and Hillary Clinton with Benghazi and Susan Rice with Benghazi, and we're whining and whining and whining. And you know what the smart conservatives have been doing? We've been going, hey, man, truth will get out. It's just a matter of time. No, I get people to this day, Kevin, nothing's going to happen to the Clintons. Watch. Watch what happens to the Clintons. The Clintons are in big trouble. Barack Obama is in big trouble. James Comey is in big trouble. And when it's all said and done, I don't know if Mueller's going to end up in trouble because I don't know what he did with this Russia deal, but he's going to end up in there's going to be some issues for him. And then you're going to start looking at others in the Obama administration. Then you're going to start looking at the people who helped him to cover it up. You're going to look at the Debbie Wasserman Schultzes. You're going to look at all of the DNC staffers. You're going to look at all of Obama's cabinet. You're going to look at the entire State Department. Jennifer Palmieri, Marie Scharf, and many others. Then you're going to start looking at Congress. This is not some small thing. This snake has been preparing for a meal. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And the Democrats aren't going to be able to do anything about it. There is no vet for them. No warning sound is going to go off. That snake's going to wake up one day, choke them out, and start to swallow. And that day comes quickly. I told you guys before, when they started dropping these emails and all these other things, do you think the Democrats were concerned? And of course they were. They went into crazy triage mode. Double down on the Russia discussion, anything for subterfuge. And they tried it and it didn't work because Trump got elected. And as I've said, that completely threw a wrinkle in everything. Donald Trump becoming president, do you understand how important that was now? Where would we be? Would we be looking, where would the Russian investigation be going if Hillary Clinton could maneuver it and would have Loretta Lynch and people like her continuing to promote the lie, and the media also willing to do it as well? We got a lot to talk about. I mean, I thought today I'd be talking about NFL, World Series, a host of other things, because there's a lot. I mean, but and we can. I mean, if my producers decide that's the route we want to go, but the point is, we have so much to talk about with respect to the leftist scandals and the cover-up. I find this intriguing. I don't know if you guys do. I love this. I love watching how they're going to try to get out of it, and there is no way out here. Back in a minute.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful 4-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanYourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.